Hey DR fam, hope everybody's having a good night. Just want to do a recap of today from our DR strategy. And I'll start off by saying today was a great day if you followed the rules. So, that means I did not follow the rules or I didn't follow them all the way through. So, let's talk about today and I'll kind of show you, um, where not say it went wrong, but where I just was a little too quick. All right, so today was like a 20-point range for DR roughly. So not a lot of movement in between here. And so, if you look at 10:30, right before that, we had set our DR low from a range perspective. So we went back up, and then we ended up, almost getting to IDR, and then we came back down. We actually went down below IDR. Went down. Actually, we went down below the DR. Didn't close there, so we closed back up in that DR IDR space. So okay, so that means that we're likely to go down today, right? That's kind of where that bias is setting up. Did that a couple times, and then finally, right before 11:30, we actually got DR low to confirm. Okay, so great. So I know what's going to happen next is we're gonna retrace back up. Normally, I like to see a retrace back up into or above the IDR. Again, our five spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So we like to see things kind of move up and then come back down. And so this first candle went up. This green candle did make it all the way to IDR. The next candle didn't make it all the way to IDR. And so I said, well, that's fine. Since I know I'm expecting, price is ready to confirm low, I'm going to go ahead and set my, my sell order right here on the DR low. So got picked up. Life is good. 5 points, 10 points. Got out at 10 points because I was right around that midnight open again. So I got out there. It's okay. So 10 points, we're doing well. And that's kind of where I can not say I didn't say I messed up. That's where I got a little too anxious, right? Because I set this order for 5, then 10, because since we didn't confirm or didn't go back up above IDR, my perspective was, well, we're probably going to do that at some point, later on in the day. So I didn't want to mess around and kind of get profits taken away, right? And so I closed out at 10 points, and I said, okay, I figure I'll wait for it to come back up again, and then I'll take the next trade down. So it came back up here, did not get back above DR, okay? And so I was like, well, I'm not going to take the trade there. And as you can see, what happened is that, we just kind of went down the rest of the day, right? And talk a little bit more about this. But, why I say I kind of messed up here was, the rules are my stop loss for this trade is up here, right? It's 2 ticks above IDR because I'm getting in at the DR, right? So my stop loss really initially was above here. So as I start moving down 5 points, 10 points, because that's normally my normal way I trade this. So I kept moving stuff down, and once I got to 10 points, I just closed the trade out because I'm like, okay, that's a good return on my investment. This was a 2-point stop loss. So if I would have stayed up here and just taken the heat, then I would have had the ability to get all this today. So I did. So I got my 10 points, but then, this was 90 points because I think we got all the way down to like 39.08 today. And so I got out at like 39.90. Got in at almost 4,000. So that's 10. And then, like I said, 39.08. That's 80, 90, whatever it is. I don't want to do the math right now, right? So, once this went up here and it didn't get back above DR, I didn't take the trade. Again, I'm expecting at some point, because this was around lunchtime, I'm expecting lunchtime for it to run back up. It never did that. Now this is where, if I'm following the DR rules, right, there's no other entry for me, right? Because I'm nowhere close to my DR range. But what I should have done, if I can do this, I did not have my fair value gaps turned on. So my ICT stuff, I didn't have that turned on. Wasn't looking at order blocks, wasn't looking, at anything, right? Because there's opportunities in here where, based on these fair value gaps, I could have gotten in. right? So I could have gotten in here, right? The fair value gaps. These are on a 5 minute, but could have taken a risk there, and with a small stop loss. But I was actually really just kind of bummed out that I missed all this, because once it got down to about here, I was like, all right, I'm done. There's nothing I could do for the day. Um, but again, you can see where there's quite a few fair value gaps, and none of us knew how far down this was going to go for the day. I mean, we were taking out sell side liquidity, the whole day, and so there wasn't really an opportunity, at least for me, that I was comfortable just taking a short. Now, what I did do in the afternoon, like around 2 o'clock, was I actually switched over to sim, because I was, again, kind of upset that I missed all this. And so what I didn't want to do was FOMO out and then try to just jump in some trades with real money. So I jumped into sim, and then I did take some trades here, just kind of through a sell order on here. And in sim, I was, I was pretty rich in sim, right? But not in real life. Do have some friends who wrote all this down today, and getting 1,500%. They did it on the option side, 1,500% or more. So very happy for them. But again, so that's kind of to me, that's kind of the detrimental part of DR. I mean, I still love it, because I think it's 10 points. You do that every day. Life is good if if you're doing this on the ES, right? So that's not a big deal. Especially you can do it multiple times a day. But this is just one opportunity, one chance, one time where, again, me being a little more conservative didn't actually help me. Because again, if I would have kept my stop where it was, which is 2 ticks above this IDR, which is what the rules say, how could they let this play out? So anyway, long story short, but again, not upset. I mean, profit is profit, as we say, but definitely left a lot of profit on the table today. And like I said, my one of the things I did mess up on was I turned off my ICT, like the fair value gap indicator, because I was trying to see the chart a little clearer. But lesson learned. But again, really positive day. So I think I'm up 30. I think I was at 22 points. So I got 32 points so far this week. So I'm not complaining about any of that. All right. Hopefully this was helpful. I hope some of you guys made some significant money off of this, whether it's DR, IDR, ICT, SMAs, whatever you're using. I really hope a bunch of us made some significant gains today. All right. Well, that's it. Again, I will talk to you guys later.